afternoon. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. Let's go to the garden. Let's go. And we're going to the garden. All right, so I had errands to run this morning, so I don't have all day in the garden. I've got some place to be this afternoon, or later on, later. But in between, it's going to be 70 today. What does that mean? That means I need to go get something done. It's just that easy, get something done. Having said that, it's still a little windy, which sucks. But I still need to get something done. It's just the easiest way to play it. I can't lose a day like this. You know, this is just awesome weather to do something. So I have a little bit of time. What I'm going to work on is cleanup, just strictly cleanup. Thought about doing 27,000 other things, but we're going to start with cleanup. I'm actually going to start in the other garden where I had already started, and get rid of the tomatoes and the leftover tomatoes and get those back over to the compost pile. If I have time after that, then where my hoop here collapsed, I'll get those out of this garden. Depending upon how crazy it is or is not, I will start laying some black plastic down in areas that I'm going to plant roughly 6 weeks from now. And that way, especially on some of the outer gardens, kind of this one here, you can see the green patches, those are weeds. I plan on extending the asparagus this year. Those will all be edible or strong enough and well enough for me to harvest off continuously, and I plan on seeding more here, so I have a large asparagus patch. That's the plan. But to do that, I can either come out here and weed it all, or I can just lay some black plastic. I'm gonna lay black plastic. So let me go get my scissors so I can cut blue strings and come on down to the bottom garden and get to work. Again, I don't know if you can hear that, but those are the frogs down at that pond. And they are like non-stop. I don't know if they know in 3 days we're gonna freeze again. But as far as they're concerned, it's spring. So why it doesn't look like I did a lot? You know, it's like, oh look, you laid the plastic down and stuck some sticks on it. All right, the sticks were what I was using as my tripods for my tomatoes. They're heavy enough to hold the plastic in place on both sides. Somehow along the line I miscut. And then I raked up where the volunteer winter squash had grown in here, and so I hadn't been able to mow. Kind of raked all that stuff up and removed a lot of the dead grass and the dead vines. That becomes twofold. When spring hits and the snakes come out, I can now see that I don't have snakes. Cleaned up the leaves all along the area there at the front. Same reason, I can tell I don't have snakes. Black plastic kills the weeds, kills the grass, all the stuff that's been trying to grow that'll die. I will come back over again, just not today, where I had all the paper down. You can see it's piling up back there. Again, as a weed deterrent, when I was doing the hoop tunnel and stuff back here, trying not to blow stuff into the hoop tunnel when it was just a tunnel, I need to clean all that up, because I have my black woven fabric that I will put in the aisle here, you know, and then at both doors, so I've always got a walking space, and I have to worry about mowing and blowing grass into the hoop or into the beds. That's all I'm going to get done today. You know, a little cleanup. Again, this is February. I'm not planting anything. I will in the hoop tunnel here really soon, just not today. February is cleanup month. Clean stuff up. I told a friend of mine this is also the time to feed things like your daffodils and your tulips and your garlic and your onions, if you have walking onions that you've had in the ground all winter. This is actually the time to feed them. Certain things, they wake up on their own. Of course, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not going to find any. I have some violas that are coming up that are quite obviously viola, and not a weed. They're also an early spring flower. Yeah, I have some up. And then madness, that's my elderberry. And they're all doing this. They're leafing out. All the way up the branch. Crazy is we're gonna get down to 18 here. You know, welcome to Nita's world. In the next couple of days, which is why I'm cleaning now. And yet all of my elderberries are leafed out. So they're telling me that, again, it's time. You know, they know their time. You know, so as an example, this is a viola leaf. And they're out, it's in spots, they're out. So, this is cleanup, you know, prep for the spring's gardens and or the summer gardens. You know, clean it up. If you got some mulch you want to lay down, lay some mulch down, you know, wood chips, hay, straw, whatever. Today I'm just going with the plastic. Just, you know, it's 70 degrees. I had to do something today. So, but now's the time. And that way 6 weeks from now, end of March, beginning of April, right after Easter, this bed will be ready to plant. And in between days, I might take some sticks off and go ahead and stick some soil amendments in there. But for right now today, should just get the plastic on. All right, having said that, I need to go put tools away. I save all my tags and reuse them. You know, things like my peppers and stuff. I grow the same peppers all the time. And yeah, so it's clean. It's looking kind of awesome. And I will just continue to do that. And pretty soon it'll be like, oh look, I'm planting. Now that's gonna happen soon in the hoop house. Just not today. Again, I got someplace to be this afternoon. Otherwise, I'm done enough out here. If I didn't have someplace else to be, I would go get half of my broccoli, half of my spinach, half of my strawberry spinach, and I would plant half of them now before the freeze so I could see how well they do, how well the hoop tunnel does. If we're lucky, maybe tomorrow I will have time. Not gonna have time today. I got places to be. With that, y'all have an awesome day. And Miss Panda and I will talk to you later.